for having me. Yeah, I think this is one of those things where you see what people are able to do and inspires others to actually look for solutions that are continuing to advance the craft. Look, DeepSeek just flipped the script in favor for open source and inference. And so I think it's something that we are here very excited about, because I do think that cost and energy was going to slow down the advancement of AI. And I think what they've done is prove that there is a different way to do it, a more efficient way to do it. And we're all excited to build on top of that.
What does it mean for the CapEx program? Because it feels as though Wall Street has very much come to the aid of Silicon Valley, that you build something, hey, we can raise it on the market, we can fund this. And it felt as though Trump jumped on board that train the other week with Stargate. Hey, we can build out AI infrastructure. There's a ton of money that we can scrape from across the planet. What does that mean for these CapEx initiatives now? And do we need to see Silicon Valley, big tech names recalibrate very quickly and cut back on CapEx?
Well, I think what you're seeing here is really the CapEx cost for training models. But I actually think that he's going to see, and we've talked about this before, that the large majority of the AI market is going to be inferencing, where we use the model versus training the model. And so what DeepSeek did here was really show us that there is a more efficient way of training these models, that you can actually do it with a much, much lower cost, much lower energy footprint for training it. But the using it, the inference part of it, I think is going to be great, because it's going a simpler model, a cheaper model, a more efficient model is going to allow more people to deploy these models more quickly, more efficiently, and ultimately use more and apply it in more and more places.
Rodrigo, it's Arjun here. Good to speak to you again. How much, there's been a lot of excitement about what DeepSeek has done, the costs, the efficiencies, etc. How much now is going to rely on the ability to replicate this open source model and prove some of those claims that DeepSeek has made?
Well, Arjun, yeah, great to see you again. And we talked about this. If you look at what SambaNova's thesis has been over the last several years, this composition of experts. Take really, really good open source models, and then you adapt it to the tasks and the data sets that you have. And so this is just another proof point that if you're able to actually take these very efficient open source models, and then you're able to then customize them for your own work, your own data sets, you're going to actually get a much more efficient use, a much more efficient model, and a much more effective use of that model. And so we think that this technique that they're demonstrating can be applied with other models. It'll be applied throughout our industry, as far as all sorts of other models that have these type of structures looking to take advantage of the same techniques.
Rodrigo, when I was reading the paper put out by DeepSeek, there was a very interesting line in there where they said there are further enhancements that can be made to the models here, but there is a need for better hardware. When we talk about hardware, likely here meaning the sort of underlying chips, etc. What do you think they mean by that? What does better hardware look like?
Well, exactly. I mean, this is one of the things that we've been promoting for a long time, that it's time to stop brute forcing our way through it. Efficiency is the new frontier for AI. And so we're out of power, we're out of energy. And so we need to think of ways that allows us to scale the use of these AI models in a much lower footprint while delivering the performance that we need. And so I think DeepSeek, you're seeing part of that story, which is we can take a very large, complex model that people have been building and then actually shrink it to something much more efficient. And then now it's about deploying that into hardware that can, again, deliver the performance at a much lower power profile. And so SambaNova, we've been working on things like that as well. And you can see this 10x performance that we're able to deliver at 1/10 the power. That is an example of the type of technology and change that we have to drive into the market in order to actually see these dramatic shifts that you want to see as AI scales into our worldwide technology.
Rodrigo.